Hi, I'm Brian Kelly.
And I'm Christy Wong.
We're with Operation Airdrop. And to continue with Guy Marr Safety Week, we discuss best practices for flying Operation Airdrop relief missions.
As part of Guy Marr Safety Week, we continue with our best safety practices while flying Operation Airdrop disaster relief missions. For taxiing out for departure from the loading ramp, be vigilant. Even though we require loaders to be escorted, they sometimes get overwhelmed by all the activity and focus on one airplane. Call ground before you start your taxi. Even in a non-movement area, there may be an aircraft coming in that you can't see. We recommend having all lights on when moving in the loading area during daytime operations. This includes strobes, navs, beacons, and alternating lights you may have for awareness to the non-aviation volunteers. Plan for lengthy taxi times and departure delays in the middle of an operation due to volume. Please remember to be patient with ATC. For the en route phase, we highly recommend that you use air traffic control services, be it flight following or an IFR flight plan if able, and the compassion call sign. Be alert to any broadcasts regarding conditions on the ground while en route. A disaster area is a rapidly changing environment, so it's important to plan for both the nearest airport and to also know where the nearest serviceable airport is in case it is needed. If needed, be sure to have a prior permission required handy, or PPR number, as any controller can ask about it if it is required. If it is not required and you are questioned, advise ATC that this is a sanctioned hurricane relief mission. If possible, cancel IFR as soon as it is safe to do so. Chances are you won't be the only airplane from Operation Airdrop arriving or departing. If the airport is uncontrolled and you are the first to arrive in a while, a flyby down the runway is an acceptable way to check current conditions. After landing, be vigilant. We have no control over the gates or accesses to these airports. There may be people, vehicles, animals, or environmental hazards to avoid when taxiing in and out. After landing, clearing the runway and running checklists, but before shutting down, call and/or text your ground contact and have them tell you where they are. If you can't get in touch with them after a couple of tries, call the Operation Airdrop number and let them know. After shutdown, unload with your contact or a person designated by that contact. They typically will have a truck and trailer or a van and a couple of people to help, which helps reduce unloading times. Be aware of your center of gravity while unloading and have a plan for unloading so the airplane stays within limits the whole time. Remember to recalculate your weight and balance to include fuel that has been burned. For returning to base, prior to starting up, call the Operation Airdrop number and let them know you are departing and what your destination is if it is different from the supply base. If able, depart VFR and pick up your IFR clearance or flight following in the air from uncontrolled fields. It is often the case that cell phone service is limited in these locations, which prevents picking it up on the ground. Have an alternate plan for your return to the supply base. There can be lengthy airborne delays due to volume when returning, and having a fuel alternate in mind will make it easier for everyone. After landing and taxiing, we recommend turning on all lights when entering the loading ramp area during daytime operations. This concludes best safety practices for Operation Airdrop relief flights. Thank you again for being an important part of our mission.